Hey there, welcome to the Not Just Mama podcast, the show where we talk about building businesses, chasing dreams, raising little yous, and keeping it real through all the chaos. We're diving into mindset, motivation, and all things mompreneur life, all while microwaving our coffee for the 20 millionth time. I'm your host, Heather Madsen, a dream-chasing mompreneur who knows exactly what it's like to juggle big ambitions with a million daily tasks. Because let's be honest, we're not just moms. We're wives, we're partners, we're daughters, friends, creators, dreamers, and so much more. And just because we're raising little tiny humans doesn't mean we have to put our dreams on the back burner. We deserve to chase them, build something incredible, and make a difference, all while being amazing moms. So go ahead and nuke that coffee once again and get comfy, because we're diving in. Hey there, welcome to the Not Just Mama podcast. So let me start off by just saying, if you're tuning in today feeling tired, overwhelmed, or just plain ready to throw in the towel on your business, this episode is for you. Because I see you, I've been you. Maybe you're juggling the kids, hauling them to all of the sports that you didn't realize would take over your life. I mean, you're keeping your house in one piece, right? You're doing all the laundry, the dishes, you're preparing all the meals, and somehow you are trying to squeeze in time to build your online business, which, let's be honest, turns out to be a lot more work than you thought. You're probably feeling like no matter what you do, it's not gaining traction like you want it to. The sales aren't coming in, your content feels like it's going into the void, and you're wondering, can I really do this? Okay. And let me just say, you are not alone in feeling that. I remember when I was creating my first online course, it felt like everything else in life was screaming for my attention. And I had to ask myself, what am I doing? Can I even do this? Okay. And I want to really get honest in today's episode because when you feel like quitting, there are 3 mind shifts that can completely change how you show up, okay? They can really help you push through the noise and the self-doubt. So let's dive in. All right, mindset shift number 1. Quitting guarantees that nothing changes, okay? Let's be real. Giving up might feel like a relief in the moment, but long term, it guarantees that your life stays exactly the same. That sounds sad, doesn't it? Especially if you've been wanting a change, something different for your life, if you've been imagining something different in your life. So if you want something different, more freedom, maybe more time, impact, you have to keep showing up for the dream that you are building, okay? So like when I was creating my first online course, I wanted to quit so many times. I'd get into the groove and boom, life would hit. And like all the hockey games, the school pickups, household chaos, dealing with my clients at the salon, and, just sicknesses that happen through the winter, you name it. And the thoughts would just creep in. I would think to myself, this is too hard. Who am I to think I can do this? And there are just so many other people out there that are already doing it better. Okay. But here's what changed. I stopped looking at my goal as one massive, overwhelming thing and broke it down into bite-sized, doable tasks. I'd complete one small task and think, okay, I did that. I can do the next thing. Okay. And it would just make me feel so accomplished, just like finishing that one task. And you know what? I finished my course and then I started making a few sales. And then I felt like I started to believe in myself. So really, if I gave up at that point where I'm like, this is too hard, and I didn't keep going and I didn't make those baby steps, I would have never made those sales. And that's what I'm bringing to the table here is that quitting guarantees that your life stays exactly the same, the life that you really want to change, okay? How will you know unless you keep going? So an affirmation that you can say to yourself is, I don't have to do it all at once. I just have to keep moving forward, one small step at a time. All right, mindset shift number 2. It's not just about you, it's about your legacy. All right, this one is big. You are not just building a business, you are literally building a legacy. You're showing your kids what it looks like to dream big and go after those dreams, after what matters to you, and to create a life by design. When we take risks, we're not being selfish. We're paving a new path for our families. We're choosing intention over autopilot. And honestly, if it was easy, everyone would do it. Have you heard that before? Everyone would do it if it was that easy, okay? And I'm not trying to say that online businesses are easy, because I have found out that they are not. But seriously, you are doing something extraordinary. So next time it feels impossible, ask yourself, what do I want my children to remember about how I showed up for my dreams? And man, that hits home for me. I want them to remember that I kept going, that I believed in myself and my dreams, that I tried again even when it was hard, okay? So affirmation here. Tell yourself, I am building something bigger than myself. I am creating freedom and legacy for my family. And I hope you're writing all these affirmations down, because this is something you can tell yourself daily, and I guarantee you will see a change in your mindset. And mindset shift number 3, the last one. The fear of failure cannot be louder than the desire to grow. You guys, fear is absolutely normal. It shows up every time we step outside of our comfort zone, okay? Have you ever done something different? I mean, you have probably felt uncomfortable, right? Just doing something totally different that you have never done before. Do not tell me you're not uncomfortable unless you're like Superwoman. But here's the truth. The only real failure is quitting before the breakthrough, okay? Every successful entrepreneur you admire, they've had moments of doubt, struggle, failure, and that's probably why they came out with their content, right? They have failed in some aspect and they have grown from it, and now they know how to get out of that situation, and why not share it with others? And somehow they get successful after sharing it with others, and then others implement it, and they're all succeeding. And it's just amazing what those moments of doubt, struggle, and failure can do for your life, okay? The difference, though, is that they didn't stop at their doubt, their struggles, and their failures, okay? They didn't quit when it got hard for them. So if you're feeling scared, it really means that you're on the edge of growth. So create a reminder of your why, whether it's a sticky note on your mirror or a vision board or a lock screen quote, something that pulls you back into the big picture when the fear tries to take over, okay? So, and a good affirmation for this is, fear is a sign that I am growing. I am stronger than my doubts, and I keep going no matter what. Seriously, your mindset can be your biggest block, but it can also be your greatest asset. The way you talk to yourself matters. The way you frame the hard days matters. And the way that you show up when no one is watching you, that builds the future that you want. I mean, you really don't have to hustle 24/7, and you don't have to do it perfectly, but you do have to stay in the game, because you'll never, and I say it again, never see success if you quit. And let's be real. Staying stuck in a life that you loathe or you wish to change is way harder than taking action towards your dreams, okay? At least if you're taking action towards your dreams, you're doing something that you love. I would hope that you would love anything that contributes to your dream. So today, I want you to choose you. Choose your dream and choose to keep going. So if this episode spoke to you today in a positive way, would you do me a quick favor and leave me a review on Apple Podcasts? It helps more amazing women like you discover this podcast and find the encouragement that they need. And I really love hearing from you guys. So if this episode resonated with you, don't hesitate to email me at support@course-roots.com. and just tell me what you're struggling with or what you're accomplishing in your business. And if you've been following along on the podcast for a while, don't forget to hit follow and get on my email list. When you're on my email list, I share lots of tips, a lot of behind the scenes things, mindset boosts, and things I don't always share on this podcast, okay? Until next time, keep dreaming, keep showing up, and remember, you're not just mama, you were made for more.